Talking to your children is absolutely essential. And the reason why I say this is because, well, you've seen all the material. Our kids today are in a sexual, social, political war zone in public school classrooms. It's in the environment, it's in the instruction, and it's among their peer group. And then they're on social media, and it's completely reinforced everywhere they turn. So social media has provided a bubble for them where they're only seeing like peer groups and a lot of like garbage from the culture. So it's really important to talk to your kids. Set time aside, like at the dinner table, no cell phones, put them away. Go out for donuts early on a Saturday morning and just sit down and say, how's it going? What's going on with your friends? What about you? Is there anybody you like? What's new? You've got to be in regular communication with your kids. I take opportunities, like even if I hear of a radio interview or a news story, I literally pause the TV and I said, did you see that? Did you hear about that? And it's usually something related to this topic. And I talk to my kids about how our civil rights and our right to religious liberty and our free speech is being limited. So inform them. They need a multi-generational interaction because their peer group is deeply affected as well. So if you're parents or you are grandparents, engage with these kids. They need your input. I would recommend the work of Dr. Leonard Sachs for information about why these kinds of things are so important. He has lots of information. He just recently came out with a book called The Collapse of Parenting, and it explains a lot of why we're having so many problems with kids and why they can be so susceptible to these worldviews, because we're not doing enough engaging, talking, and forming our kids in our faith and helping them to see the freedom that really exists in living in the Word of God versus the false, I would call them counterfeits of freedom that give us momentary pleasure and leave us desolate on the inside.